Hello everyone, my name is Tina Hollinsworth and this is my very first YouTube. I wanted to take a moment to introduce myself to each and every one of you in hopes that I can get to know you and along the way you can get to know me. But first, let's pour a glass of wine and get to know each other. Just a little rosé to start this afternoon out. It's probably enough for now. Oh, so I've got this glass. I'm not sure if you could see what it says, but it says, "The weather outside is frightful, but the wine is so delightful. And if you don't know that song, let it go, let it go, let it go." Okay, so if you didn't laugh, laugh. It'll make you feel better, make me feel better, the whole 9 yards. So a little about me. I am in my 50s. I'm married to an amazing man. His name is John. Funny story about us. We met on Match.com. Almost 3 years ago, we met. I joined Match on July 4th. He joined Match on July the 5th. We matched on July the 6th. We went out for our first walk and get to know each other kind of meeting on the 7th, and we have not been apart from one another a day since then. We got married on August the 6th, 2016, the greatest day of my life. So much fun with family and friends. He brings me more joy on a daily basis than I often feel I deserve to have. But yet, we all deserve happiness, right? And I hope in some way I bring him as much happiness as he brings me. So, the next category of getting to know me. I'm a mother. I had one biological child. His name is Blake. 29 years old, absolutely amazing young man. Has a heart of gold. He's full of a little bit of sass like his mom. We have so much fun together. Sometimes we're full of a little too much sarcasm for each other, but we really understand our love language and it works great for us. He actually works for the University of Tennessee and is in the process of considering some additional college education, and we'll see what happens. He's already got one degree, and we're going to see if other things come along the way. And when I married John, I got three other amazing children. What John did not know and what I had forgot until we began the process of marrying and building our lives together. Many years ago when I was younger, I prayed to have 4 children. Little did I know that, in my 40s, I would end up with 4 amazing children. So with John came Andrew, Lily, and Michael. Andrew is such an amazing young man. He joined the Army in August. He is one of the most gifted, intelligent human beings I've ever met. Absolutely adore him so much. And he's making us proud, and I'm proud of everything he's doing to serve this country. And then we have Lily, the only daughter of the family. And might I say, you could say that I'm prejudiced, you could say anything you wish, but she is absolutely beautiful, one of the most kind-hearted human beings I've ever known in my life. People will look at someone that has that kind of heart and that kind of goodness, and on top of that, all of that beauty, and think, wow, how did she get so lucky? And I'll tell you why. Because God put her on this earth for a purpose. And above and beyond her beauty, Lily has a heart of gold, and she's very smart. She's extremely talented. She's currently in school studying accounting and wants to be a CPA. So, we'll see what the future holds. She's also beginning a YouTube journey today. So, hey, nothing like the daughter of the family inspiring me to do something as well. So, I really have a lot of respect for her, and she's an amazing young lady. And the baby of the family is Michael. And Michael is one of these kids that comes along in your life and you connect with him in a way that you don't ever see coming. And I tell him that he's my soul child. because he connects in the depth of my soul that's very hard to explain to people. And we just get each other. And I literally love that child so much that it makes me often wonder if it would be possible for him to even understand the amount of love that I have. These kids have brought me so much joy. And I thought, being a parent, when I had Blake, that there could be no other love in the world that could compare. And really, there never was. I don't think I had any kind of emotional bond to another human being the way I had with my son until John and those kids came along. And there's always going to be something special with me and Blake. He's my baby. I gave birth to him, and he holds a place in my heart and in my emotions that only he holds. But what happened is God opened up my heart and my soul and expanded it in such a way that the love that I have for John, Andrew, Lily, and Michael is unsurmountable, and I can never thank them enough for allowing me to love them and to be part of their life. They have blessed me and helped me and healed me in ways that I can't even put into words. So that's my family, and I'm not going to talk about that anymore, or I'm just going to be crying. So let's take a drink before I cry. Let's talk about my dogs. Holy shit, let's talk about my dogs. So I've got 4 dogs. Who needs 4 dogs? That's what I ask myself every day. But hey, I've got 4 dogs. My first dog that joined my life was Samson. And Samson is a 6-pound Chihuahua, full of compassion, love, and grace until he gets mad. And then, well, he's a Chihuahua. And if you don't know about Chihuahuas, there you go. But he is actually uncharacteristically kind and loving, and really doesn't get his feathers ruffled very often. But when he does, you don't want to mess with Samson. And then my son Blake rescued a dog named Bogart. Bogart's a min pin. And when he moved away to Florida after he got out of college, Bogart stayed with me and Samson. So Bogart has become my second dog. And he's energetic, and he's funny, and he's an absolute lap dog. You can't move that dog's not your shadow, and he loves with everything in him. So, then there's Bogart. So he's precious. And then when I married John brought Marley, who is another rescue in the family. Samson was a rescue as well. But Marley comes along, and, she's part Grand Pyrenees, part Anatolian Shepherd, part we don't know what. But she's a big dog. I think maybe 60-some pounds. And so you have this little Chihuahua that's 6 pounds, and this 15-pound min pin, and this 60-pound big mixed breed. And I'm telling you, those 3 love each other with everything in them. And I pick on Marley all the time because she sheds. Oh my God, can somebody please tell me how to clean my house easier than I clean my house? Because there's so much dog hair, I just don't know what to do with it. But I love her, and she's precious, and she's kind and nurturing. And so that was the addition of Marley. Well, then our daughter Lily, who loves dogs, who would have an absolute house full of dogs if she could, adopted a dog, rescued a pup. That's a mixed breed as well. And we have Luna now. So Luna is just this little tiny bundle of black fur. We don't really know what she is. We think she's got dachshund in her, and who knows what else she's got, but she's precious, and we love her. And that little sweet angel is still pup, but let me tell you, she can get muddy like nobody's business. I have never cleaned up so much mud in all my life. But hey, who's going to worry about mud when you have 4 dogs to love and a family of 4 to love? It's a pretty wild and crazy home, but you know what? It's full of love, and we enjoy it. So that's my family. That's my dogs. That's our home. And so you can only imagine the insanity of this place when all of the kids are here, and when Michael's here, it's like half the town comes. There's so many children here in this house. We love every second of it. And so you're probably wondering where I'm from, because don't you pick up on this accent? I'm sure you do. It doesn't matter that I have, an education and an advanced degree and all of those kinds of things. Those will never change the fact that I still am a very Southern girl. I currently live in the state of Tennessee, was raised most of my young life in the state of Virginia, and along with this Southern slang comes some Southern sass. And, you know, my accent seals the deal. But the one thing that these Southern folks know how to give is a lot of hospitality and kindness and love. So if you ever find yourself in Tennessee and you're looking for a friend to have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine with, you hook up with me, and I will promise you that we will have a nice talk and get to be friends. That's what life is all about, being kind to one another and sharing the love that God has given us. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background and how I got to where I'm at today, but I have to have another drink to do that. So I have been a corporate executive most of my adult career. I spent 31 years managing healthcare facilities and surgery centers, and had the great blessing of being able to see so many amazing opportunities come in my life, and the opportunity to help many of the business owners that I had a chance to work for make a lot of money and, you know, do great things in their in their facilities. I'm not going to discuss who I worked for or what companies I was part of or anything like that. But I will tell you that I was blessed to have an amazing career and have the opportunity to touch so many lives. And hopefully there's people out there that will watch this, that know me, that can say that I made a positive impact on their life, because many of them have made a positive impact on my life. And for those who did not choose to make a positive impact on my life, we don't want to talk about that, because that just makes me want to drink. So here we go. So after 31 years of working professionally and getting to the point that it just was not as satisfying as it once was, my amazing husband, John, convinced me that it was time to step away. And with his support and his love, I got courageous enough. I made the step, and I walked away from a corporate career. And I came home and had a lot of dreams and a lot of things I wanted to do, and didn't know how to find myself. I found myself getting darker and darker and more scared and not even understanding why. And what ended up happening is I finally realized that my career had been my identity. I had worked since I was 15 years old. I have always been the person that held the financial responsibility. Even in my previous marriage, I had an ex-husband who chose not to work, and I was always used to being the provider. So going through my divorce wasn't even hard, other than the fact that it was, complete chaos and stress. But losing my career was actually very hard. And I fell into a very dark place for a few months. And my amazing husband sort of understood what I was going through and helped me to find the pathways I needed to find to get to the other side. And so I finally began to find the courage to find pathways of what do I want to do, and how can I be at home and still make money and define myself and hopefully make a lot of money doing something. And I found this app called Poshmark. I read this article about a lady who was making $10,000 a month flipping clothes from her home, and I'm like, well, I've got over 500 pairs of shoes, and I don't even want to talk about how much clothes I have and how many, literally tubs of things that I have to get rid of. And so I thought, if she can make $10,000, surely I can make some money. So I downloaded the app, set it up, and currently have close to 1,000 listings. I haven't made $10,000 a month yet. I hope that one day in the near future I can literally say, hey, this was my $10,000 month. That's a goal I have. But I also, because I have so many items that are not always reaching the market I want them to reach with Poshmark. I sell on eBay, and I'm actually currently looking into some other opportunities to sell things on some other platforms, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm selling stuff. I'm sending out packages every day, and that's a good feeling. And I've had a lot of people along the way who have helped me to understand more about this business. I can't even begin to put into words the community and the support that I have received from people that really are literally strangers to me. Um, I'm going to explain that a little bit, but first a drink. I remember one afternoon getting a message from Lynn Simmons, who's been on Poshmark. She's an OG, and knows everybody, has all the appropriate pictures with all the appropriate people, and she's just an amazing person. And she asked me for my phone number, and she literally called me, and I think we were on the phone for like an hour, and we've talked almost every day since. I've been to her home in Florida. I hope one day her and her family can come to Tennessee and visit us. We went to Posh Fest together. She has introduced me to so many people. But I will tell you that what has happened in this journey that I'm on, it's unlike the corporate career that I had. In my corporate life, no one wanted to help you with anything, because God forbid that someone, help you with something, or they end up looking better than you, or they want to get credit for what they've helped you do. It's a whole different world when you're running a multi-million-dollar establishment. But in this world, where there are many people that make $1 million a year and more than that, and many people who are making an extra $500 a month just to help support their family and everything in between, those people have shown me love. They've shown me kindness. They send me messages. They reach out to me. I get text messages, phone calls, instant messages, Facebook messages, Instagram messages, people that help me out of the kindness of their heart and answer questions for me and let me understand how to take the next step or how to do something I don't know how to do. And I will tell you that I have found a world of kindness and love and goodness. And Lynn is one of many people I've met that have made a difference in my life. I can't even begin to put into words what all of them have meant to me. And I can mention all kinds of people, but I'm not going to waste my airtime doing that, simply because I will forget somebody and they will be offended, and that's not what I meant to do. And I mentioned Lynn simply because she was the first person in this type situation since I've begun this new venture to literally call me on the phone and go out of her way to help me. And she's just one of many stories, but she was my first, and for that I am eternally grateful. She is a very, very dear friend of mine, whom I love dearly. But what I want to do with this YouTube channel, that's the next phase of this before I am done. One more drink, please. I've almost finished this glass of wine. I have. So what my goal is with this is to bring you all along on my journey. I want to share with you the things that I've had successes with, the opportunities I've walked into that were failures. I want to share with you what I have attained in life and the things that I'm trying to sell, which is tons of corporate career wear. I will share with you journeys of my family, journeys of my life. I hope that I can bring moments to you that make you laugh, that make you cry occasionally. Not that we want to be crybabies, but sometimes we just have to have something to say that may cause one to wipe a tear away. But this channel will be very diverse. I want to offer pathways that has helped me to succeed in this reselling journey. I want to be able to venture into finding items that are rare gems when you go thrifting that you never thought you would find. I want to share a lot of things, and so I hope along the way you'll give me a chance to sit down and talk to you and share my journey. More than anything, I hope that we can become friends. I hope that you get to know me as good as I get to know you. And I hope that we can develop communication that will help us all grow and become better people. It's my great honor to share this with you tonight and to get an opportunity to be part of your home. And I hope that you take an opportunity to watch this video. I think it's probably too long. I meant to do about 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm not sure how long I've went, but probably too long. But this is what I'd like to say. My prayer for you is that your home will be blessed with love, health, and happiness. Cheers.